Good afternoon. It's my honor to call the special meeting to order. Today is October 28th, and only present people in the chamber is Councillor Bain, Councillor Flashfuller, and myself. And Councillor Moses and Councillor Line are on through the Zoom, and Councillor Delaney could be joining us through the Zoom any minute. And Councillor Nelson, he's supposed to be on his way, but he's not presently in yet. Because three people could be Zooming, I'd like to have the motion, before we do other formalities, to have the motion done, having more than two people Zooming. I need the mover and seconder. Councillor Flashfuller, Councillor Beam, any question, concern? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed, if any? Carried unanimously. Now, it's my honor to acknowledge that we are gathered in the William Lake Swepnik people unceded territory, and thanks to the chief, the nation, and the elder allowing us to do the business. Adoption of the agenda is in order. Moved in second, Councillor Flashfuller, Councillor Beam, all in favor? Opposed, if any? Carried unanimously. City of William Lake Permissive Tax Exemption Bylaw number 2432, 2025 adoption.
Clerks note that the City of Williams Lake Permissive Tax Exemptions Bylaw number 2432, 2025 be reconsidered and adopted.
I need mover and seconder. And I need seconder. I'll second.
Second.
Okay, are you seconding, Councillor Beam? Did you second it? Oh, Jasmine, okay, sorry. Thank you,
was
Jasmine.
Lyons.
I appreciate it. Okay, moved and seconded. Any discussion, question? Just before we get into the discussion, I want you to know, at this point of time, it's not enough time to do any changes or anything. Either be adopted or be not. We don't have the time. So floor is open for anybody wanted to say something or speak up. Councillor Bain, please.
Thank you, Worship. I will stand by I'm not in favor of leaving it as is, especially in light of the whole new discussion on our fee for services and stuff. This is exactly the problem I saw forthcoming, that there is not the money I would think would be far better spent in fee for service funding. So I recommend as well, the same as I did last time, I stand by my vote that
Thank you.
I think permissive needs to be addressed.
Appreciate it. Anybody else? Councillor Flashfuller, please.
Thank you, Your Worship. I agree with my colleague, Councillor Bain, and I do believe that the finances are tight this year, and I think it's something that we need to have consideration for. I did support this, and I only supported it because I feel the previous allotted time for permissive tax exemption was a 10-year period. And for us to all of a sudden do reductions or changes to so many nonprofits and groups in our community where all of a sudden they aren't getting that benefit, as has been done in the last multiple years and the last 10 years, I feel that having that come out of left field to them is a little bit too challenging at this time, because it's challenging for us, but I also know it's challenging for them. So I will support this at this time, but the next time it comes to the table, if I'm in this seat, I will be voting for a reduction in the amount of permissive tax exemptions. There are multiple municipalities that do not do 100% permissive tax exemption. And as we are seeing the crunch on the finances for this municipality, I think that we have to have that in consideration. It's just, I'm not comfortable just as much telling all these groups all of a sudden that this support was there in the past and all of a sudden done right away without them having any warning. So that's my position. Thank you.
Councillor Nelson, if any comment on the permissive tax? Councillor Beam sticking with her guns like she did in the last meeting. Anything from you?
I think my position is clear, Your Worship.
If there's ever a time or a need, it's today. You can see the economy and the dark clouds over many communities across British Columbia and across Canada right now. Just look at the amount of food banks and the doubling of the food banks in the last 5 years. So when I look to nonprofit organizations to help our communities and to ensure that our communities can get us through this bit of a troublesome, bubbleless time, it's now. So as an advocate, and always have been an advocate of utilizing these to help out our nonprofit organizations and utilize them to the benefit of the community as a whole, I'll continue to support it. If I'm around in 2 years, I'll still be supporting it as well, full 100%. So I know and I recognize my colleague, it's been bantered around this table now for 2 to 3 years about the reduction. These are significant policy decisions because we haven't even really opened the consultation with the nonprofit organizations. I support the recommendation that's in front of us to defer it for 2 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Nelson. Councillor Line, please.
I'll support for the 2 years just to make it a little bit easier on staff throwing this at them this late. I think that it is something that does need to go by the wayside eventually, but I don't want to spring this on everybody kind of out of nowhere. I know too many probably didn't see this coming because everyone's just been so used to it for so long.
Thank you, Councillor Line. You don't sound good. I haven't seen you, but I hope you get well soon if you're not feeling well or under the weather. I wish you good health. Councillor Moses, anything from you, sir?
Yes, thank you, Your Worship. I'm in favor of keeping these around, not just for the few years, but permanently. And I'll give you my reasoning. The main one is that this week I'm at Canadian Mental Health Association President's Conference, and I'm getting to see all the services and all the housing that are being provided through programs and through assistance from the Canadian Mental Health Association. And this is just one organization of many that are helping our most vulnerable populations. And as we know in Williams Lake, that is one of our biggest grievances, is that we need to be helping our unhoused population, our addicted population, our most vulnerable populations as much as we can. And I know as a city that our mandate is not generally to do these specific things, but we do have the opportunity in this instance to be able to help the organizations that do help these people, that do provide these services, that do provide these housing to the people in our region and our community and our city of Williams Lake. That they do this through a nonprofit structure. And if we're able to help them, we should be trying to help them. Those are the biggest complaints we have in our city. And the organizations that help them the most are these nonprofit organizations. They are these churches that we're trying to rug pull here. These are the people who are helping those people. So if the city realistically wants to help unhoused people, if the city wants to help addicted people, if the city wants to help our most vulnerable population, then we take the opportunity to help these nonprofits. We take the opportunity to help these churches because they are the ones that are helping these people the most. And secondly, we just this year were able to add First Nations cultural into our permissive tax exemptions. I've spread this wide across the Assembly of First Nations. I've spread this wide across UBCM and FCM. And this is one of the only instances of real reconciliation that's happened between municipalities and between First Nations as a prime and great example that isn't just talk. It isn't just making promises. It isn't just saying we're your allies. This is an instance where we have walked the walk exactly as we've talked it, And if we remove this, we are showing that our step towards reconciliation is something we're willing to take a step backward on. And this is not something I'm willing to do. And this is something that if the city does ever take a step back on that, I will make it very public that we don't support reconciliation. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you, Councillor Moses. Councillor Delaney, I suppose you're there. Go ahead.
I am. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. No, I'm still not in agreement with the permissive tax exemption. I'm holding to the same arguments that I held before. I believe that we need to be putting these through a fee for service and seeing the direct benefit in our communities. I'm not saying that I'm opposed to helping with reconciliation or helping with our nonprofits. I just believe that these types of supports need to be put in place by our provincial government. Our provincial government is failing us. We do not have the supports in place. And honestly, running mental health off the backs of nonprofits is criminal in my mind. I think there needs to be proper support and funding put in place, and it doesn't need to be coming out of the municipal tax base. So I'm still not in favor of a 2-year or a 1 year. I'd actually like to see the permissive tax exemption be gone. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it and I agree with and I respect, in fact, all the comment being made. I wholeheartedly supported this, and may not be the best process we have gone through, but it's one of the better one. Like the democracy and everything we talk about, and the reference to the time, yes, I was fully convinced with the staff. 2 year was not, and 1 year was not enough, and 10 year was too much. Like my colleague said it, I'm wholeheartedly supporting 2 year, and it will be done. Election year will be over, and whoever the next council is, they can deal with it. And as we have heard, these non-profitable organization, you give them $1, they put into $10. They help the community's economy. And it's very important. Yes, I totally agree with my colleagues that we may not be able to support 100%. The culprit is the senior level of government. If they do the right thing, why we have to do this? It's a downloading from the senior level of government, and municipal government being the lowest level of government, and everything falls on the municipal level of government's shoulders, so we have to do this. I'll be supporting it. Being all said, any more comment? Hearing none, all in favor? Oppose if any? Councillor Bain, Councillor Delaney, motion carried. Thank you. Fee for service 2628, funding and new application review. Staff, please.
The recommendation that the report from the Chief Administrative Officer and Deputy Corporate Officer dated October 10th, 2025 be received. Sorry, the Chief Financial Officer and Deputy Corporate Officer dated October 10th, 2025 be received. And the Council consider applications for the fee for service funding for the 2026-2028 term.
Before we go receive this report and make any recommendation, being in City Hall, being consistently in touch with the CFO and knowing many more things than average council member, my recommendation would be, like I have said in last council meeting or committee of the whole, I would recommend that there should be no increase of funding. We should stay on the status quo if we can. But I'll go along with the council member, however majority feels. I'll keep my ears and eyes open, and hopefully I can make the decision accordingly. And right now, we need the motion to receive the report for fee for service, please.
So moved.
Moved and seconded, Councillor Nelson and Councillor Flashbowler. Any discussion on this, please? I'm only recommending we go status quo, no increase, no decrease. Councillor Flashbowler.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'm surprised that I'm the first one to speak because I made my position in the previous meeting, and I know some of my colleagues here said that they wanted to have more discussion on this, so I hope there's more words that come on the table. Myself, on the previous, I stated that I believe we're in tight times financially. I know everyone is, but the municipality is also. We have a water treatment plant that is barely begun, and it's already showcasing we will be facing substantial increases. I think that we have to be proactive in our financial planning and recognize that right now, as much as we want to support, we do not have an open purse. And our number one responsibility to this municipality is the infrastructure and the services of this city. And that has to be where the finances are directed. So I understand and I respect the requests for increases, but myself, I also agree, as your worship has mentioned, we're in times right now where we need to really be paying attention to the dollars and cents, and we can't be just happily putting the money out. We're already being graceful, in my opinion, with the permissive tax exemption. And we see the writing on the wall when we sit here and we look at budgeting. And there is a lot of items that are coming up. So I feel also that we should be staying with the previous financial support that we had for the fee-for-services. Myself, I think that we can't absorb a 35% increase because that was what was requested of us. We created a new policy where we were trying to keep the funding to nonprofits through tax exemptions, through fee-for-service and community granting to stay within the like the gaming funds that we get for the municipality, which we could be using for infrastructure, but previous practice has been to put that towards other groups in this municipality. So we've chosen to do that, and we're going to continue with that. But we are already, if we accept all of these requests through these three entities of tax exemptions, community grants, and also fee for service, we're going to be way over, substantially over, and we can't afford that. We have to take a look at the future. I respect all of these groups and their requests, but I feel we need to stay the same. I also feel we are not in the right time to be absorbing new fee-for-service requests. So I feel that the new requests that have come along, as much as I respect them, I don't feel that some of them align with what a municipality needs to do, and like our constituents and the taxpayers out there, that they need to provide the funding for this. I feel that that funding needs to get sourced elsewhere. And I also think one of the requests was for the clean team that was developed by the Downtown Business Association. I think it's an amazing entity. I think it's incredible and does such a great job and really supports our community. But it has asked for 100% increase, if I'm correct, and I don't feel that this is something we should do. I feel that that entity still falls under the community grant grouping and not a fee for service. And my feeling on that is because this service is already provided by this municipality. I did it in the past. I used to clean the downtown core all the time, picking up shopping carts, cleaning bathrooms, cleaning the streets. I did it all. And this is a service we do. So for me, I understand the support that it gives us. I think it's amazing for the businesses, but I don't feel it falls in the fee for service. I think it should be just a grant request, and then that money goes, because I do not want to increase this amount. We already do it as a city, and I don't feel we need to start paying somebody else for something that we're doing. What does that look like? And I don't think it looks good. So there's my position. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Bain, please.
Thank you, Your Worship. All of these things are things that we think is a fee for service. They're all things that are covered by the city. But you know what? I've heard great things about the clean team from actual businesses in town and appreciate the work. So it is one I think should be, and of all of them, supported. And I just want to say the whole argument on not increasing fees, these are the people, to your point, Councillor Nelson, the people that are actually, these are fee for service. I would rather see these kind of services I mean, not all of them or whatever. I think we should need to go through them, but they're staying at the status quo. If we didn't have the permissive tax exempt, every program, like when I'm bringing up this was in my topic all morning in my office, I can tell you, with clients, because I'm like, yeah, I get to go talk about the things I think, but we're doing permissive tax, which I think should have been let go. And then we get to do this and decide which ones are important. Is the Stampede Association important? From two people that have been strong supporters, so-called, yeah, but we're not going to help, even though we know they need help. So these are the things you're saying, nope, we're not increasing, we're not doing anything, we're staying status quo. I couldn't agree more. And that's why I think, and other communities have not only decreased their permissive tax, they've gotten rid of them. So for us to say, oh, no, we're good, we're going to keep those guys, but then these guys that are actually doing fee for service. These are things that the city does have to do otherwise, or we feel, and should have been gone through. So staying the status quo is really great, but the ones that I think that actually do a lot of the work are these ones. These are the ones. And those other businesses, to the points of, to Councillor Moses and the others about how great these community services are doing, that's great. They can actually come for those programs and be under a fee for service. That is exactly my point. It is not to take away the money. It is to redistribute it in a different form, in the form of a different way, fee for service or grant, as opposed to just because you have a title of a church or whatever is getting those exemptions. So to me, I want to see what the function is for the people of Williams Lake. What is it serving? And I stand by, that is what the process should be. And yes, all of these people are doing great work, all of them. But we need to see the programs and be able to increase them if they are, something like the Clean Team that has been an obvious impact to our downtown. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Lyons, then Councillor Delaney.
Thank you. Yeah, I 100% agree with everything Councillor Brame just said, especially when it comes to the Clean Team, just even as a business downtown. But beyond that, I have seen how much they pick up, and it's daily. And these are needles and paraphernalia, and occasionally even they found things that may or may not have been weapons. Like, all of this gets picked up every single day, and it's not a capacity that we as a city can manage, but the Clean Team does. And it wasn't very long ago that we said that when it comes to things like fees for service and when it comes to nonprofits, we are going to prioritize ones that are working on safety and cleanup, especially of our areas like our downtown core. And that is 100% what the Clean Team is doing. When they were initially discussing whether or not they were going to go at apply as a fee for service or grant and aid or anything, even I said, like, this is something where it would be nice to see them have the stability of knowing, okay, this amount of money is going to come in for this many years, so that we know we can always have this team going and taking care of this, because there are so many people downtown that have said what a difference these guys make. We get to visibly see it, and we see them out there all the time, and we see the proof of it. And I would like to know that the funding is there to keep them secure, to keep something like that going. Whether I have a business downtown or not, I have heard too many people just singing the praise of it, because it is something that is just so in our face that they are doing and out there all the time. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Delaney, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, I agree with most of the comments around the table, and there's no doubt that the Clean Team is adding a great service. But again, this is a provincial responsibility. We shouldn't even be paying for it. I would like to stay within the $750,000 that we created a policy and procedure around. And I'm not, I would agree with the no new applications and to stay within status quo if we can stay in that $750,000. The other thing is I am interested in staff's comments about the Museum, Salvation Army, Chamber, and the Hospice in looking for regional funding for these. I think that this is something that we can look forward at the next go round to see if there is some ability to get some regional partnership on these things. And I'm a big supporter of the fee for service. I agree with Councillor Bame's comments. These are things that we can see that are being done in our community, and we can provide service for that. And I mean, I'm open to adding more, but if we're adding more, it's not at a 0% tax. It's at a 5%. If we want it all, we need to tax for it and people have to pay for it. We can't continue to try to give away services without raising taxes. Thanks.
Councillor Nelson, please.
Just a question to staff for clarity. We did have a presentation, Vitali, to council with regards to an update from the Stampede Association and the president a couple of weeks ago. Council agreed to a 10-point plan and to sit down and take a look at a number of significant issues and points that they felt were important to them and to the community as a whole and to the longevity of the Stampede. Would we be working outside the traditional box of what's in front of us today if we move forward on the recommendations that are in front of us and a subsequent meeting set up with the Stampede Association to ensure that we can follow through on those commitments that council made through their resolution?
So that resolution is still under review and the meeting is being scheduled. So this is a different process. They're applying for fee for service. But the previous resolution, the city will be acting on it like in ongoing basis.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Councillor Moses, any comment?
Thank you, Your Worship. Yeah, I'm in favor of doing the status quo of what we did last year and not increasing any of the requests and not adding any of the new ones so that we can be as close to possible of the budget that we laid out for this. If we can still meet that budget, it would be absolutely amazing. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you. From me, two bits, I totally agree, and I'm glad most of council members are in agreement because, like Council Flashfuller said, this council has worked very hard for the water treatment plant. The price already, we even have not even put the shovel in the ground, is enormously gone up. Yes, we are trying to work with the Victoria and Ottawa, but in politics, like they always say, nothing is done till it's completed, till it's pinned down or written agreement. We're working on my office, council office, senior staff. We are all working, but we don't know what's going to happen. I'm really scared. We've been singing Kumbaya song all along. We are paying off the debt. And this council, including myself, been very proud and honored when we paid our $2.3 million on top of the regular payment of the debt. It's nice, but I don't know what's going to happen for the water treatment plant. All these programs, everybody have spoken on it. I don't want to repeat anything being said already, are worthy. They're worthy in the community. Is the Stampede Association less worthy? No. Is the downtown cleaning less worthy? No. Other people, other services, Chamber of Commerce providing the service, is it less worthy? No. Museum providing the service is less worthy? No. The point is, it's a tough year. I, along with all the council members, have stood with the statement, we do not want to borrow if we can help it. Yes, we're not scared to borrowing money, but we do not want to borrow if we can help it. That is what this council is trying to hold the line. And thanks to the finance department, thanks to every senior manager, director, they are trying to help go along with the council's desire. And therefore, I would definitely ask, I know it's a very bitter pill to swallow, but we have to do it. Some of the organizations have, I believe reading, I didn't make any notes. There was only one organization, could be fee for service or in the grant and aid, they are asking less money. Everybody else have gone high as a 200%, 108%. How can we increase this? How can we afford this? On the other side, I'm one of those taxpayers. I had a normal house as anybody else, but during this community, nobody wanted to pay more taxes. Nobody wanted to cut back the services we had. But thank God this council is on record telling the staff no more new services, no more service cutting back, no addition or cutting. We will try to hold where we are, and we should continue as we are, try to do the best we can in our present structure. So I'm glad. So now I need officially motion, if nobody else had more to say, that we should hold the line or somehow put it in the words, please.
I do have a question.
Yes, please.
I think I asked this the last time too. If we do go with the status quo, so the BIA clean team doesn't go through as a fee for service, will they have the chance to reapply as a grant and aid like they were previously?
I would let the staff answer that, but common sense, anybody can apply anything, anytime. Please.
Your worship, if that's council's wish, my recommendation would be to have the resolution that would transfer that request over to the grant and aid process for consideration.
And I hope you
If
got
that's the case, then I'd like to make that motion.
And could we deal with this present first motion, then do the next motion? I'll bring you on the floor, please. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay, I need a motion for the status quo, please. Council Flashballer?
Thank you, Your Worship. I'll make the motion. I feel I'm not alone on this one, but I believe that as council, we should continue the funding consistent with the previous fee-for-service awardment and not extend with any new applications at this time.
Thank you. I need seconder, please. Somebody going to second it?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you. Moved and seconded. All in favor with the status quo?
I'm in favor.
Thank you. Anybody oppose? Council Nelson, Council Bain, motion carried. Thank you. Just give me 1 second, I'm making some of my notes. Okay, yes, please.
Sorry, just to clarify then, so this is, the motion was, just to make sure I understand it, we got it recorded, so it's to award at last year's amounts for all previous applicants and to reject all new applicants.
Yes, that is the motion, please. And Council Line, you, as I promised, you had the floor next, please.
Thank you. Yes, sorry, I can't quite remember the phrasing that Mr. Goupé used, but if I can put a motion forward, at least that the BIA has a chance to reapply for grant and aid since they didn't get the fee for service.
I need
Second it.
Council Line moving the motion that BIA should be allowed to reapply or apply for grant and aid, I believe.
Yes.
Okay, and the Council Flashpuller seconded. Any discussion, question? Hearing none, all in favor? Oppose, if any? Carried unanimously. Thank you, sir. And I think that's it.
Sorry, just one quick one, and thank you for the reminder, Rena. So but based on council's resolution on the status quo, there may be going over the policy limit depending on what happens with the community grants. So council may wish to, if you're doing that to make sure it matches with policy, I'd recommend waiving that policy to meet that status quo.
Remind me when we go.
Again, you can do it now, or you can do it at the grant and aid. Yeah, you have to do it at the grant and aid.
Rena, please.
Sorry, my understanding is that because the community grant amount is already set in that policy, that no matter what, the status quo is putting over by that $8,290, so it's recommended.
Okay. Okay, that's it?
Move adjournment?
No, not yet. Hold on.
So we just need that motion to waive the policy.
So moved?
Yes, motion to waive the policy. Moved and seconded. All in favor? Oppose, if any? Carried unanimously. Just quick note, as most of you know, I just came back after a week or 10 days, holidays. It was excellent, definitely from 33-degree plus to 34-degree plus to -3. And last evening, I just received a phone call. That's the point I'm trying to make. I've been pretty busy trying to catch up everything I could when I was gone. And thanks to Councilor Nelson filling in and doing what was required. I received.
As smooth as a baby's bum, Your Worship.
Thank you. Thank you. I had a very good news to announce, but because I'm advised not to say anything, not to, they said I can announce at any time, but a staff member recommended me we should wait to talk to the people concerned with it. And either you will receive an email from the staff, all the council member, and or press release, something will be done. It's a good news, so nothing to worry for anybody. And that's what's happening now. A motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Moved and seconded, all in favor. Thank you.
What's that?